Hey, it's the Empire. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon for more videos. We taking over. Let's go, champ. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go.
I mean, this geezer fights anyone. Now, look at people like Lennox Lewis's comments. Who Lennox Lewis fight after 22 fights? I think his 21st fight, his 22nd fight was Razor Ruddock for the Commonwealth title. It's about as good as it got. Oh, he's running, he's doing this. Fuck off, mate. Oh, he should offer 70-30, 65-35. We've done all that. These people are mental. So,
Hey, it's the Empire. Geoboxing Empire. Backs for boxing. Nah, man, you guys heard it, man. Eddie Hearn trashes Lennox Lewis, talking about how he doesn't need to be talking about how Anthony Joshua isn't giving Deontay Wilder a bigger split in this fight, and how, it should be 50-50, by telling him to fuck off. It's a really big deal. Now, if you guys didn't know, man, Lennox Lewis has been criticizing Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua for an extremely long time now, for a very, very long time now. Basically, Lennox Lewis wants this fight to happen, and he says it's not about the money, it's about the legacy. Lennox Lewis has been saying that for at least a year now. For sure. So, it's a really big deal between, what the past greats think, and how they think the sport of boxing is, the politics of boxing now in today's time. Lennox Lewis, in my opinion, he has a lot of weight when he speaks, because he's already been champion before. He's already been heavyweight champion before, and he was heavyweight champion in the golden era when he was fighting people like Mike Tyson. So that's a really big deal. And I think he has the right to speak on how he feels about this fight being made. Even then, like Lewis had to make a lot of sacrifices to get fights like a Mike Tyson, and I can go down a list of his whole career, but people weren't really respecting Lennox Lewis until he basically fought all the American heavyweights and had to beat them all. So I think, and then Lennox Lewis actually did beat them all. So Lennox Lewis, in my opinion, has a lot of weight when he speaks. And I think he doesn't even get enough respect in the UK, man. Yeah, it's really disrespectful to disrespect Lennox Lewis. Whether you agree with him or not, he's already been there, done that, So, I'm really shocked that Eddie Hearn basically went off on Lennox Lewis like that. Let the man have his opinion. If he thinks Anthony Joshua needs to fight, he needs to fight, man. You gotta respect your elders, man. And Lennox Lewis in boxing, man, he's an OG, man. He's like one of the last OGs in boxing. Those heavyweights who can speak pretty well, who have a solid opinion, who stand on what they believe, and he doesn't really switch it up at all, man. Now Lennox Lewis, man, the guy's old and everything, but could you imagine like Lennox Lewis coming back to fight or something like that? Wouldn't that be some wild stuff? Wouldn't that be crazy? What's it called? Pull that George Foreman type stuff, come back later in his career, fight Anthony Joshua, Is he trying to start beef with Anthony Joshua to come back? Who knows? Or is he just saying his opinion? I can see this blowing up to the point where they might have to fight each other. It's funny because I see Anthony Joshua and Lennox Lewis cool, but these days, who knows, man? Who knows? Lennox Lewis might have to teach Anthony Joshua a lesson. He might have to come back and show the young kid how it's done. My boy Lennox Lewis, man. Now people might think he's old and everything, but people forget that he beat Vladimir Klitschko pretty bad, man. The better one too. I mean, Vladimir Klitschko's brother. So, he beat him pretty bad. And if he came back, man, I think he'll come back better than Vlad right now. The Vlad fighting who just fought Anthony Joshua the first time. I think he'll come back better just because he's been off so long, And Lennox Lewis, he's never been, physically cut up or anything like that, but his boxing IQ is pretty high, man. It's pretty high. That's how he basically won a lot of his fights. He's a technician, And technicians age slowly, So, you know, Lennox Lewis, him coming back is sort of just like a dream for me. But wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? But anyway, you know, he rode off into the sunset when he fought Vitaly Klitschko, in 2003 by knocking him out. And ever since then, he's been just solidified in history, man. But yeah, man, I really wanted. I mean, don't be shocked if you guys start hearing stuff about Anthony Joshua popping out and talking trash about Lennox Lewis. And yeah, man, it's getting really personal, because you really can't trash Lennox Lewis because he had a great career. He had a great career, and you know he's proven himself. He's basically fought everyone that was worth fighting at this time. Like Evander Holyfield, like Vitaly Klitschko. You know what I mean? He like Mike Tyson. He fought all those guys. So that being said, man, let me know how you guys feel about everything, man. Eddie Hearn trashes Lennox Lewis, but I think this was a really good interview, and it really opened the doors to what could possibly be in the future for Anthony Joshua, because the pressure is really getting to Eddie Hearn when he's calling out these when he's calling out former legends and things like that, because it's really rare in boxing to have a legend who has all of his mental capacity there, who can speak properly and coherently and give a critically thinking opinion that's not affected by the media or masses. Lennox Lewis isn't some fanboy. He's not gonna play this nationalism game. He's gonna tell the truth. And I really respect that from Lennox Lewis. He's not a fuck boy. I mean, he's a real one. He's a real one. Anyway, man, let me know how you guys feel about Eddie Hearn's comments, man. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. Geoboxing Empire. Peace.